Good morning, students. Today we shall discuss impulse voltages. Impulse voltages are characterized by polarity, peak value, time to front, and time to off the peak value after the peak time, that is TT. Time to front is defined as 1.667 times to time about 30% and 90% of the peak value in rising the portion of the wave. Okay, we have already discussed in second module that it is time front. What is time front? Okay, according to IS 2071, standard impulse is defined as one with TF is equal to TF should be time to front should be 1.2 microseconds and TF is equal to 50 microseconds called 1.2 slash 50 microseconds wave. That is tolerance allowed are plus or minus 3% on the peak value and plus or minus in the front time and plus or minus 20% in the tail time. This is what impulse voltage. Next, reference atmospheric conditions. The electrical characteristics of the insulators and other apparatus are normally referred to the reference atmospheric conditions. Since it is not always possible to do test under these reference conditions, because correction factors have been applied. Okay, since it is not possible to do test under these reference conditions, correction factor need to be applied. Okay, the electrical here in some cases the following test conditions are also used as a reference. Okay, the flashover voltage of the test object is Vs is equal to Va into H divided by D, where Va is a voltage under actual test conditions, Vs is equal to voltage under reference atmospheric conditions, H is equal to humidity correction factors, and D is equal to air density correction factor. The air density correction factor is given by D is equal to 0.289 into B divided by 273 plus T for 20 degrees Celsius and 0.9296 B divided by 273 plus T same. Okay, B is the atmospheric condition, atmospheric pressure in millibars, and T is the atmospheric temperature. Humidity correction factor, that is H, is obtained from the temperature of a wet and dry bulb thermometer by obtaining the absolute humidity and then computing H from the absolute humidity. This is the graph. Okay, absolute humidity. A is for power frequency test, B is a positive impulse test, C is a negative impulse test. This is the humidity correction factor. Okay, these are the variations in humidity or correction factor. Okay. Next is high voltage test on insulator. The high voltage test on insulator that are normally conducted are usually subdivided, that is type test and routine test. Okay. Type tests are intended to prove or check the design feature and the quality. Type test we do because to prove or check the design feature and the quality. Okay, and the routine tests are intended to check the quality of the individual test piece. Type tests are done on samples when new design or design changes are introduced, whereas routine tests are done to ensure the reliability of the individual test objects and quality and consistency of the materials used in the manufacture. High voltage regulators, power tested both stages of test. First, power frequency test. Dry and wet flashover test. In this test, the AC voltage of power frequency is applied across where? Across the insulators, and it is increased at a uniform rate of about 2% per 70 per second of 75% of the estimated test voltage. It is increased at a uniform rate of about 2% per second. 2% per second of 75% of the estimated voltage to such a value that a breakdown occurs along the surface of the insulator. If the test is conducted under normal conditions without any way of precipitation, it is called dry flashover test. Okay. If the test is conducted under normal conditions without any rain or precipitation, then it is called dry flashover test. If the test is done under conditions of rain, then it is called wet flashover test. In general, wet tests are not intended to reproduce the actual operating conditions, but only to provide an criterion based on experience that a satisfactory operation object is subjected to spray of water of a given conductivity by means of nozzles. Okay. What do you mean by nozzles? On insulator, okay. When you consider insulator, it should not have a nozzles, okay. The spray is arranged such that water drops fall approximately at inclination of 45 degrees to the vertical. The test object is sprayed for at least 1 minute before the voltage application, and the spray is continued during the voltage application. Then the characteristics of the spray are, that is, precipitation rate, direction, conductivity of water, and water temperature. The International Electrotechnical Commission, in its document that has revised the test procedure and precipitation condition as follows. That is, you can observe that vertical component, horizontal component, limits for individual measurements, and temperature of collected water. Conductivity of water corrected to 20 degrees Celsius, that is 100 plus or minus 15 microsiemens specifications are being modified for application of 15 and positive and 15 negative impulses. Insulators should not observe the water, okay. It should not observe the water, so they will test like this. 2 in each set are allowed to flash over. If more than 2 flashover occurs in each set, then the insulator is deemed to be failed the test. Okay, it will have failed the test. This procedure is satisfactorily equivalent to the one mentioned. Next is wet and dry withstand test 1 minute. In this test, the voltage specified in the relevant specification is applied under dry or wet conditions for a period of 1 minute with an insulator mounted as in a service conditions. Okay, in service condition only they will test. The test fish should withstand the specified voltage. Okay, they will apply the voltage relevant specification. Okay, the voltage specified in the relevant specification is applied under dry or wet conditions. Okay, for what? For a period of 1 minute. Okay, impulse withstand voltage test. This test is done by applying standard impulse voltage of specified value under dry conditions with the both positive and negative polarities of the wave. If 5 consecutive waves do not cause a flashover or a puncture, the insulator is deemed to have a passed the test. If 5 consecutive waves do not cause a flashover or a puncture, then the insulator is to be easier. We can call it as a passed the test. If 2 applications, that is cause flashover, the object is deemed to have a failed. If any if it cause a flashover, then the insulator said to be failed. We can call the insulator failed the test. If there is only one failure, that is additional 10 applications of the voltage wave are made. If the test object has withstood the subsequent applications, it is said to have the passed the test. Impulse flashover test. The test is done as above with the specified. Usually, the probability of failure is determined for 40 to 60% failure values or 20 to 80% failures. Since it is difficult to adjust the test voltage for the exact 50% flashover values, the average value of the upper and the lower limits is taken. Okay, the average value of upper and lower limit is taken. The insulator surface should not be damaged by this test, but slight marking on its surface or chipping off of the cement is allowed. Okay, they are saying that by doing this type of test, we should not damage the surface of the insulator. We should just slightly marking on its surface or chipping off with the cement is allowed. Pollution test. Because of the problem of pollution of outdoor electrical insulation and consequent problems on the maintenance of electrical power system, the pollution testing is gaining importance. Pollution insulator. Usually insulator is not protected, okay, because on insulator dust, rain, okay, smoke, what so many pollutions will occur. Okay, you can observe here dust. They are saying normal types of pollution are dust, microorganisms, bird secretions, files, etc., flies, etc. Industrial pollution like smoke, petroleum vapors, dust, and other deposits. Coastal pollution in which corrosive hygroscopic salt layers are deposited on the insulator surface. On insulator surface, there should be a clean okay. So only losses will occur. Desert pollution in which sandstorms cause deposition of sand and dust layers. Ice and fog deposits at high altitudes and in polar countries. This is what the pollution occurs on insulator. These pollution cause corrosion, non-uniform gradients along the insulator strings and surface of insulator, and also cause deterioration of the materials, and also pollution cause partial discharge and radio interference. This pollution testing is important for extra high voltage test on insulators in voltage system. At present, there is no standard pollution test available. The popular test that is normally done is that salt fog test. In this test, maximum normal withstand voltage is applied on the insulator, and then artificial salt fog is created around the insulator by jets of salt water and compressed air. If the flashover occurs within 1 hour, the test is repeated with fog of lower salinity, otherwise with fog of higher salinity. Okay, if the flashover occurs within 1 hour, then the test is again repeated with fog of lower salinity and otherwise fog to higher salinity. The maximum salinity at which the insulator withstands 3 out of 4 tests without flashover is taken as a representative figure. Much work is yet to be done to standardize the test procedure. Next is high voltage test bushings. Okay, high voltage test bushings consist of 3 tests, namely power frequency test, impulse voltage test, and thermal test. First, power frequency test. In power factor voltage test. In this test, the bushing is set up as in service or immersed in oil. It is connected such that the line conductor side of the high voltage shaving bridge. In this test, the bushing is set up as in a service or immersed in a oil. Okay, it is connected such that line conductor side of the high voltage sharing bridge. Voltage is applied up to the line value. Voltage normally line value. What it is for that? If, for example, if line value is 230 volt, 250 or 260, then we will apply up to that. Voltage is applied up to the line value in increasing steps and then reduced. The capacitance and power factor are recorded at each step. The characteristics of power factor or tan delta versus applied voltage is drawn. This is normal routine test, but sometimes may be conducted on percentage basis. Okay, next is internal or partial discharge test. This I will explain in the next class. Okay.